Oftentimes, life is demanding, stressful, and just won't stop. When needing to take a break, we like to light up the charcoal and crack open a cold one. The Grilling to Get Away podcast is an ongoing conversation about all things barbecue and grilling, from our backyard to yours. So if you sometimes don't know what the heck you're doing, if you like to learn, and if you don't take yourself too seriously, you're in the right spot. Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Greg, your co-host to the Grilling to Get Away podcast, and I'm back with my buddy.
Hey, what's going on? This is Ben.
Ben, what is happening?
Man, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, man.
Took a nice week off. It was the first podcast I thought about. It was the first episode we missed in how long?
Yeah.
Like over a year and a half, right?
Well, a live one, yeah. So I put a mashup together.
Oh, man. Did the greatest hits, huh?
I did, yeah.
Look at you.
Ribs. Do you get our newsletter that I send out every week?
No.
Okay. Well, you should subscribe to that.
It goes to my spam mail.
I'm sure it does.
Anything that comes from you, I just have it directly.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. So, yeah, I did put one out there. I mashed up our part 1 and part 2 of our ribs series. That was over a year ago. And I know we got some new listeners and some new people that are, new to barbecuing and grilling. So, I thought, hey, me and Ben aren't going to be able to get together for this one because we're both, went our separate ways. But I can still put something together for the people because you can't disappoint the people, Glenn. That's
Give them what they want, Greg.
Yep. More grilling to get away is what I hear. And then, I put it together and I emailed it out, and people have been listening to it. So you'll have to go check your spam folder and maybe give it a listen. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. Can't make any promises, but I'll see what see what I can find.
Okay, well.
But it was disappointing not to get to hang out with you and do a live one.
Yes, exactly.
It's the highlight of my week.
I bet it is.
I was hoping you would say the same, but here we are.
I'll say... Yeah, sure. It is.
Okay.
Glad to be here.
I'll take it.
Yeah, man. I got. I went up.
You were up north.
I was up in the central Wisconsin woods.
Yeah.
Yep.
No service.
No, in this day and age where you think you get cell service everywhere, apparently my service is not available at my parents' land.
Nice. It's a good problem to have.
It is. It's I've thought about it. Like, hey, we're in the 21st century. Maybe I should, or maybe it's not even me. Like,
it's you.
This is a national carrier.
It's you.
And they don't get service up there, but everybody else does. Huh. So, but I was like, you know what? That's the way I like it. Let's keep it that way. Every now and again, the breeze would blow the right way, and I'd get some notifications, and I was like, this isn't even worth looking at because I can't respond to anything. So I just shut it down, man. Yeah. For most of the time, I did a little bit of work, that Wednesday, July 5th, so I could get the newsletter out to the people and to the podcast uploaded. But other than that, I really kind of shut it down for a week.
Good, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. And I know you never picked it up, so what did you do?
Here we go. I was I stuck around the area, but I was camping. We're out camping, traveling around, went all over doing southeastern Wisconsin.
Man, doing the sightseeing and the tour.
A little bit, yeah. My mom and dad were in town. It was my youngest. My son, it was his birthday on Friday. So, yeah, man, it was...
Happy birthday to him.
Yeah, he crushed it. It was a good day. We had a little beach time. He wanted chocolate chip pancakes for breakfast, a ham wrap for lunch, and then chicken for dinner.
Those are all things you could put on the grill, huh?
Yes, sir.
Did you do all of them on there?
No, I did not do all of them on there. But we weren't running with the grill at the campsite. We open flames, man.
Okay.
Just right over the fire. It was so we cooked a lot of meals like that.
That's great, man. What was your favorite one that you cooked over the fire?
Man, it's hard to say. It's tough. I'll be honest, man. We did the first night. We got out there and we kept it simple. So it was.
That's the way we like it.
Yeah, kept it real simple. Brats and dogs.
Yeah,
And classic. Yeah, man. The brats were the best brats I've ever done. Mm-hmm. And it sounds really stupid. Because brats aren't, shouldn't be too hard, right? But like
you would think.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, man, like they were the best. Just perfect. I couldn't ask for a better.
Did you do anything special to
them? No,
them?
man. No, that was the thing. They
just
were
on the open fire.
Over the open fire.
Okay.
I wasn't like real low. Mm-hmm. I was up and just kind of let them
low
ride.
And slow a little
Absolutely.
bit? Okay.
And it was fantastic. They were jalapeno cheddar dogs.
Ooh.
Man.
Spicy.
Yep. Had a nice kick. Got them from the butcher block.
Nice.
Had some hot dogs from there too. Yeah, they were awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a great cook. Then we did a lot of things. We did some drumsticks, chicken drumsticks. Those were fantastic. I never done those like that over the fire and stuff. We did, the chicken. I just had some breasts and I ended up cutting them kind of in half so they were nice and thin.
Yeah.
Cook real easy, simple. We did steaks one night. We did fish, kind of like a fish fry, but that was off of. We didn't do that over the fire. But
sounds like a solid week of grilling.
It was great
over the fire.
It was You can't. Everything was cooked well. It's awesome.
Now you were at a campground where there was a lot of other people. Did you see anything that stood out to you? What other people were doing that intrigued you, or you're surprised by?
Yeah, man. I saw a lot of people that weren't using the fire pits.
Did you see a lot of grills out there?
Not much.
Not much. Okay.
Not much. A lot of these campers come equipped with certain things.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Kitchens.
Well, that, but like outdoor, they have like outdoor grills and stuff
that just kind of fold down.
Yep.
But still grilling though, right?
It is, but I didn't see much.
See a lot of people use them.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, all the people around us and stuff, really seem to be spending most of the time in the camper. Yep.
Interesting. Was it warm or was it because this is
no?
It was right by the lake, so it's a little
gorgeous,
cooler.
Man, it was. The weather was awesome. I couldn't understand it, Greg.
Okay.
I did watch one guy.
Everybody camps a little differently.
They had way bigger campers than what I got, so probably a lot more room to spend in there.
Sure.
But no, man. Like I watched one guy who was quite a bit older than myself. He was older than my father, and man, I was watching him kind of from afar, trying to get a fire going, and it looked like he had quite a few like logs in there, and he was going like the teepee style, right? And I just watched him. He was just like kind of fanning it, like what looked like a piece of styrofoam, and he's just like fanning it, and it's smoking. And I kind of turned to my dad, and I was like, well, maybe I'll go see if he needs some kindling or something,
Yeah.
And then as soon as I kind of turned to look back again, he's spraying lighter fluid all over it.
Okay.
So I was like, it looks like he's
good.
It.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever started. There was a lot of smoke, but I never saw a good flame.
Yeah.
And they left the next day.
Okay.
So I think he was done.
Well, everybody starts somewhere. Maybe this was it. Maybe he was trying something new. I don't even know.
It just, it was...
just didn't want to be a part of that because, with that lighter fluid,
Yeah, just...
that might blow up back in your face.
It might.
Yeah.
It might. So, like, well...
All right, well, we'll stay over here.
To his own, yep.
Good.
So, yeah, man, just kind of like I said. It was... I honestly, I didn't really see people out cooking that much. And I'll tell you what, if you... for the longest time we had a tripod and it works great. But Greg, I'd gotten my dad this grill in the past, like similar to a tripod, but it's called Wimpy's. It's like Wimpy's camping grill or Wimpy's grill or something like that. And it's this pole and you stick part of it. It's got it's basically 3 pieces.
Yeah.
Whereas kind of the long pole that stands. So it's only a single pole and you kind of step on it and get it down into the ground.
Okay.
And then you take a second part and you run. It kind of has almost like a J shape to it, or like an L.
Like a hook.
Like a hook, yeah. and that kind of comes out and faces down towards the fire, and you take your like your grates, and it has like kind of the wire that holds it in, and then like the metal pieces that, you know, kind of just like a tripod would, right?
Yeah.
So you feed that wire up through that J hook, it comes out the back, and then you connect kind of part of it onto that other pole. So with this, man, you can like swing it out away from the fire and flip your food and then swing it right back on. Man, it's awesome. You're not sitting there swallowing a bunch of smoke and trying to flip the food and burning the hell out of your hands, man. It was it's worth it. So
smarter, not harder.
Absolutely, Greg. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It sounds like you had a great week of getting out and cooking some meat over the open fire.
Over the open fire, man. Felt like a caveman. It was great.
Well,
but I had the better utensils, I guess. So.
Yeah, sure.
But I know you jumped on the grill.
Man, I was out there all week long.
Oof.
Yeah, I pretty much did a rundown. You know, we did our top 4th of July list. You know, a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Man, I hit most of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good.
Brats and dogs.
Yep.
Yeah, we did. Pork chops. Got some of those. Some T-bone steaks from our friend Justin at Grandpa's Meat Market up in Medford, Wisconsin. Got some from him. We picked up some sweet corn, but I didn't get a chance to do it.
Okay.
Baked beans.
You did it. Yeah. You did the beans on the grill?
Beans and sauerkraut on the grill.
Woo!
Chicken. Barbecue chicken. And then I did the smoked cherry bourbon brownie on the Weber kettle.
And
10 out of 10.
Man, yes.
10 out of 10.
How much bourbon did you use?
I used probably about a shot, maybe a shot and a half.
Okay.
So not a lot.
Could you taste it? Could you tell it was in there?
You get a hint of it, but I would if I was going back and doing it again to make it even better, I do have some things I'd do differently.
Okay.
But this was the first time I was trying it out, so you're obviously grabbing all I had to go off of, and I didn't look up a recipe. I didn't look up anything.
Okay.
Brownie mix, cherry pie filling, bourbon, and that's it.
That was it. That's all she told us.
That's all she told us. So that's what I went off of.
Yeah.
And then the directions on the box, obviously, of the brownie mix.
What kind of brownie mix did you get? Just the generic?
Deluxe.
Ooh. Triple chocolate.
Dark chocolate. Yeah. Family size.
Yeah.
So it was a little darker.
Did you use, which is great with cherry, right?
Exactly. Right.
Awesome. Good thinking, Greg. Look at you.
I'll say my mom hooked us up because I was telling her about it. I was like, I'm going to do this week. And she's just like my mom. She goes out and she picked up all the ingredients for me.
God, makes it easy.
It sure did.
So did you do it in your cast iron?
Did it in the cast iron.
Okay.
Yep. So,
but you had to have a good size cast iron if you did the family size, right?
It was like a 13-inch one, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, standard size cast iron, not a huge one. So getting all this stuff to fit in there was a little interesting. I was like, this is gonna be a tight fit, but it worked out really well because it it rose up, and so it had a nice little arch over the top of the cast iron. So it was like a nice, like a nice cake.
Did you take pictures?
I got lots of pictures.
All right, good.
And I was meticulous in writing down what I was doing so I can share this recipe in our newsletter coming up when this podcast drops. So Ben, you gotta go sign up for our newsletter so you know what's going on with the business, and then also recipes and tips.
Yeah, well, I mean, you tell me send me the recipe.
Yeah, you don't send me your recipes, or you don't take any pictures of the stuff that you do.
No, never.
So
never.
Yeah.
Well, I try and text them to you, and then they don't go through, and I just throw my hands up. I tried.
You just quit. I know.
I tried. I can only try so hard with him.
Yeah. But anyway, so this is what happened. So this is how I did it. So obviously, I was using my father. Stepfather has a Performer, so 22-inch Weber kettle Performer. Grill.
He's got like a couple.
He's got a couple up there. Okay. He's got like a barrel smoker as well, and then another 22-inch Weber kettle. So a couple of them up there. I was doing indirect grilling, so I was using the B&B charcoal that I brought some up, and he didn't have any cherry wood, which I would have probably preferred using, and I didn't bring any up either, so I just kind of went with what we had up there.
I didn't pick that up. Huh?
No.
Well, strike
cherry
one.
wood.
Strike one.
No.
Great.
But he had apple, and I was like, that'll be good anyways.
Yep.
And I was just looking for a hint of smoke to it. Like I didn't want to go overpower because you and I both know that chocolate will
pick it up fast.
Absorb a lot of smoke.
Yep.
And so I wanted just a hint of it.
So you had the chips or the chunks?
So it had the chunks, but I broke it up.
Okay.
So I just did some slivers of off the chunk. So it was like chips. And I got the grill to about 325, which the box on the brownie box said 325, 350 or whatever. Okay. So, and then I threw just a few of those slivers of apple chips on there to let it smoke a little bit, and then I put the mix in there. So what I did for the mix, the cast iron, I took a stick of butter and I just used it to lightly coat the bottom and the sides of the pan.
Use the whole stick?
No.
Okay. I don't know, man.
No. So you have your stick of butter, and I just used the end of it to run it across the bottom and the sides. So it was a thin layer of butter, And then I mixed together the ingredients, which was the brownie mix, and then that one called for like 2 eggs, and then a little bit of milk and a little bit of oil, olive oil or vegetable oil, whatever you want to use, and then. I added the cherry filling. I think it was 15 ounces of it.
Okay.
And then I added the bourbon. Mixed it all together.
Just like whipped it up.
Yep.
There in the cast iron?
No, I did this in a bowl before I poured it in there. So some things I might do different next time, but I don't know because it turned out really good. Was with all
more chocolate.
More chocolate. Yeah, add more chocolate, more cherries. More sugar.
More butter.
Yep. No, it was that I didn't account for any of like the liquids that I was adding into it in the baking time, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it took a little bit longer than,
the box.
Then the box would say, just because all the moisture I'm adding in there with the cherry filling and all that stuff. So I didn't add or anything. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it.
Just let it ride.
Let it ride.
Were you using like the toothpick method where you kind of dipping a toothpick or a fork down in there to see?
Yeah. So we didn't have any of that stuff. So we had I had a plastic knife.
Like a butter knife?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
obviously you can just as much judge if it's still moist inside or not. But so I put the,
that's tricky to do too, man. Cause it's like it's like your outside can get all hard and like crispy, and then your inside still all,
So that's where I had to kind of, cause I was testing this out.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get the smoke, but I also want to make sure that I wasn't going to burn it, right? Or char it or whatever. So I put it on the smoker for about 15 minutes where it could absorb some of that smoke, but then I moved it into
the grill,
the oven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to make sure I got my timing down so like I could check on it and not like be opening up the grill the whole time, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to make sure like I wasn't going to burn the sides, but then also I could see the middle. And with this one, it was really easy to tell. The middle took longer, obviously.
Did you go into it planning to put it in the oven?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was my plan. Like I was like, I'm going to try this out. I want a hint of smoke. So I'm going to put it on the smoker for a little bit. And then I'm going to move it into the oven so I can get my timing down. So then I can share the recipe. But I kept it at that 325, both on the grill and then in the oven. And then I was checking on it. So after that first 15 minutes, I pulled it off and I put it in. That's what I would change too, is I'd leave it on, for more or a longer time on the grill or the smoker so it could absorb a little bit more, because you did get a hint of the smoke, but it didn't knock you away like
the chocolate cake did.
Yeah, right. But I wanted just a little bit more. So I would do that obviously a little bit differently, and that's how I'll write it up in the recipe, is doing it that way, where you add either a little bit more smoke up front, like with some more chips, or you leave it on there just a little bit longer if you want to, move it inside afterwards. But obviously you can keep it on the entire time.
So great. If you were to do it longer, right, would you maybe spin the cast iron after 10 minutes?
Oh, yeah. I would keep rotating it.
Or just a quarter? Like, what would you do?
Yeah, something like that. Just because, if I do the indirect grilling, all the coals are on one side.
Right.
So I just want to make sure it's even.
Mm-hmm.
But I would keep it at that 325 as much as I could. I'd add just a little bit more smoke, and then I'd just continue to rotate it to watch it like that. But for this first cook, trying it out, I wanted to make sure my timing was down, so that's why I moved it inside, and that way I could look inside to the oven to see that the center was still, moist, and that it needed to go for longer. So I was doing first I was doing every 5 minutes I was checking on it just to see how it was going, and then after that I bumped it up to every 7 minutes. Overall, the entire cook process took about an hour.
Okay.
So 15 minutes on the smoker, and then 45 minutes in the oven at 325.
So would you go 30-30 next time maybe?
Yeah, I would do that. Otherwise, like I said, now that I know my timing on it, and it worked out pretty well, I would be okay with, if I can maintain a 325 temperature on my kettle, to keeping it out there.
Doing the whole thing.
Doing the whole thing.
Yes, Greg, that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, like I said, I had to test it out first, and I wanted to make sure it tasted okay. And it tasted phenomenal.
Nice.
Like I said, I would do a little bit more bourbon. I would do naturally. Okay. And I'd
leave 2 shots then?
Maybe, yeah.
So if you were doing you did the family size, if you were just doing kind of a single size,
or if you're using a shallower pan.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'd say it's the same.
Stick with it too.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
Yeah, it is.
A family size versus a just more regular size.
I don't know.
Isn't the family size would be bigger, right?
Sure, yeah.
So you'd still do 2 shots of bourbon if you were doing a smaller box?
Maybe not. But
okay. Well, that's not the same then, is it, man?
Well, everybody's got a different preference. Right?
I'd say stick with the 2 shots.
Yeah, stick with the 2 shots. See what happens. But anyways, it turned out phenomenal. I mean, you could theoretically, I was thinking about, because as you slice in, when you pour it in there, the cherries, because it's a cherry filling, so you have the whole cherries in there.
Mm-hmm. Maraschino
style. They could not be evenly spread out, so you could technically if you make the batter and pour it into the cast iron, you could take that filling afterwards and then kind of place the cherries where you want them so they drop down so it's more even. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could do that.
Kind of stir it in then?
Yeah, or not. I wouldn't even stir it in because they would drop down. You could do the sink down, so you could separate the filling from the cherries. Put the filling in, stir it up with the brownie mix, and then put the cherries in afterwards. You know what I mean?
How many cherries would you say were in there?
I
15, 20?
No, there's
10.
Lots.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, big 15-ounce can of cherries.
Oh yeah, okay.
So quite a bit in there. But you had those pockets where you had a slice where it just had a ton of cherries, and then some where it didn't have as much.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you could, if you wanted to, plan it out a little bit more and be a little bit more artistic with it.
Yeah.
You could separate the filling from the cherries, and then afterwards, you could place those cherries where you wanted them, and just push them down a little bit with a toothpick, or let them drop down, or whatever. Sure. Just another idea for you, but. No, so it was almost like a cake. So the outside had a nice crisp edge, not overdone it, and then the inside was real moist. So when you cut it, you had this cake-like filling because of the pie filling, and so it was real moist inside, nice crust on it, and it was like a cake, and it went real well with some vanilla ice cream.
Would you change the pie filling that you used at all?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get a can of pie filling and
but I mean, would you do a different fruit?
Oh yeah, you could do whatever fruit you wanted, I guess. Whatever you like. That would go well with brownies.
Yeah.
Strawberries, blueberries,
blackberries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raspberries would be
raspberries.
Good.
Yeah.
Raspberries would be good.
Yeah. If they have a raspberry filling thing, throw it in there. But,
okay. Well.
But I'm so glad I did it. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out.
Did the boys like it?
Oh, everybody loved it.
Oh, okay.
Everybody crushed it.
Yeah.
Me the most.
I believe that.
Yeah. I might do another one just for me.
Not tell anybody.
Yeah. But no, I was skeptical about it because there's only a few ingredients, and then doing it on the smoker. I was like, okay, how's this going to work out? I don't want to pick up a heavy smoke flavor, but looking back at it now, I would do a little bit more.
Would you have done a full chunk?
No, I think that would be too much.
Okay.
like if I did it, I would split it up. So maybe a half a handful of chips. Like if you're going off of like a measurement of handfuls, like I would do a half a handful of chips just to start to see how it goes. And then after 1 or 2 times of you doing this, then you're going to kind of know. But this is my first time doing it. I didn't want to overdo it. You know?
It's easy to do, man.
Yeah. I learned from other people's mistakes. You know what I mean?
Here we go. I thought that cake was fantastic. I still back that.
I know. But, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't too overpowering for, people who don't like a lot of smoke.
Here we go.
And I wanted to make sure, like, it was done inside. I didn't overdo it. So that's kind of why I did the multiple of on the grill and then also in the oven. Now I got the timing down, and I know kind of what it would take for that style or that size, and then that type of brownie. So obviously if you're using different types of mixes, timings will vary, all that kind of stuff. But I'll write it up, and then we'll send it out, and hopefully people give it a shot, because I really enjoyed it. If you're looking for something different to do, something easy to do.
Yeah.
And a dessert, this would be kind of my new go-to, I guess you could say.
No, man, I think that's awesome too, because it shows too that you can just kind of give it that smoke taste, but finish it off in the oven as well. And I know, there's a ton of people that I've talked to who do the ribs like that.
Yeah.
So, which, whatever, yeah, do what you got to do.
Save the coals,
Absolutely.
Just do a little bit of it and finish it up and, finish cooking it in the oven or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Do you think would you ever do it the opposite way, where you kind of start in the oven and then go to the smoker?
That's interesting. I don't think so, because I think I want the wet batter to pick up the smoke. And the only other thing I was thinking, like if you didn't want to pour additional bourbon like into the mix, is you could at the end get like one of those sprayers, like do a little mist, spritz it over the top, But then again, like you're not cooking it down, so it might have a little overpowering, for the kids.
Well,
or take a slice and then you spray it on there.
Sure.
I don't know. But yeah, just some things I would do differently. Add a little bit more smoke. I would keep it on there probably longer. And then maybe add a little bit more bourbon. Mm-hmm. But overall, man, it was a great cook. Like I said, like 10 out of 10 for me.
That's awesome, man.
But I could make it even better if I did a few changes. But it was so simple. I'm glad that lady suggested it.
That was awesome, man. I wish we could have sat and talked to her for I don't know. She was busy. She seemed hot.
Hot as in it was a hot out.
It was a hot day. Yeah, she kind of seemed done. And I know she was, I think she was heading up to Strawberry Fest too, so she was moving on.
Busy, yeah.
But yeah, it would have been cool to sit and talk with her for a little bit longer.
And it goes to show, like if you give us a suggestion and we're like, hey, that sounds awesome. Good, then we go out and do it.
We'd love to try it.
So if you're listening here, you got some ideas for us, hit us up on the socials, either, Facebook at Burn Pit BBQ or Instagram, Burn Pit BBQ guys, or, go out to the website, burnpitbbq.com and send us a message out there and tell us what you're cooking and, any suggestions for us or ideas or just struggles you're having, shoot them our way and we'd be happy to talk about and try it out. We're always up for, a new challenge or, something new on the grill.
Yeah. Like I said, just those little suggestions and stuff like, oh, that's awesome.
I would have never put those things together.
Never thought about it and stuff. And,
even though it sounds so simple, like we're simple guys. Meat, fire.
Yeah, very simple. I think that was a business, one of the business name ideas, wasn't it? Like Simple Man Grilling or something like that. We talked about that. Yeah,
that'll be the next one.
Sure.
When we sell this one.
Okay. Well, let's not give all the secrets away.
Okay. But if you know anybody that's buying, let us know.
Everything's for sale.
Yeah. All right, man. You got anything coming up this week?
Yeah, we do. We are going to be out at Ribfest, Greg.
Oh, man.
We're going to be out at Ribfest, and this is the year where we're going to go out and we're going to try the ribs.
We're going to go out and
we haven't tried them in the past.
No.
Not
a lot of them.
Not a lot of them. Just but like we've been busy trying sling and stuff, but like we decided, hey, let's go try some of these.
Yeah, we're gonna get out there. We're gonna go try some of the teams out there that are gonna be, throwing down their ribs. Hopefully I don't have to take out a loan to, get some plates, but we're looking forward to trying them out. We're going to be out there, like Ben said. This will be our third year out there. Elkhorn, Wisconsin, Ribfest. It's free entry,
admission,
free parking, free admission.
Come on out, man.
They got a lot of vendors. They got ribs, obviously. They got barbecue. They got games and rides for kids.
Music, bands,
free music. It's going to be a good time. So it starts tomorrow, which is the 12th. July 12th, and it goes through Sunday, which is the 15th, 16th, something like that. But yeah, it'll be a good time. We'll be out there. So we might not get a chance to get out and grill, huh? We'll be just tasting.
I'm gonna be doing some burgers tonight.
Ooh, okay, smash burgers.
I don't know yet, man. I love the smash burgers, and you know this.
I do, yeah.
But I think what I kind of want to do is make the patties just real small and flat myself. And just put them right over
the grates. And
just real nice, easy, and just kind of smash them.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of my thought process on where I'm at tonight.
Nice, man. Well, I got some chicken I'll probably do. But other than that, I don't know how much time we'll have. But we'll definitely do like a recap of what we see out there.
And I think that's kind of one of my favorite episodes. I love talking about just like that recipe, right? Just things that we pick up from and get from other people, and things that they tell us that they do, they cook.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never forget the guy who asked me, he's like, well, do you have a rub that's good for wild boar? Well, do you do that often?
Yeah.
That was, I mean, then that's like a 10-minute conversation, and
and now we can say yes because I have had wild boar.
See,
and
this is what I would do.
But people coming up, and then we go out and we see what the teams are doing, like what's if there's anything new.
And it's totally different style of cooking, man. When you're cooking for the masses, it's a lot different than
they got huge. It's like a restaurant on wheels.
God, yeah. I mean, at that point you're just trying to kiss it with smoke and just get it rolling and made to order. I mean, what was it like last year, man? How many teams ran out of ribs?
Oh yeah, people were crushing the ribs, and then but then people had the brisket and then the mac and cheese. Yep. Mac and cheese is big at these things, like the
baked beans.
A
lot of oh man, now I can't think. Cornbread.
Cornbread too. Cornbread, yeah.
A lot of great sides.
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna be stuffed. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I have to take my 15.
Yeah.
Every hour on the hour.
Then your hour nap after that too, because you're gonna be done
sleeping in the car.
I'm a little tired now, man.
God, I wish I had a dollar the amount of times I've heard that.
Yeah, it's going to eat away our profits.
Yep, there it goes.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And then, the next following weekend, the 23rd or
22nd,
yeah, 22nd and 23rd, we'll be at the Milwaukee Air and Water Show, downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We'll be out there. So that'll be a good time, too.
Absolutely. And that's also free. Just got to figure out parking. Find parking, but, man, that event's awesome.
Yeah.
Ton of cool vendors down there, too. Lots of cool planes flying around. Coast Guard's out there spraying some stuff out in Lake Michigan.
Yeah. So it'll be a good time.
So.
All right, man. Well, you're going to see a lot of me this week because we're going to be together. So you're welcome.
It's always a treat.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. It's the only way I know how to describe it. It's a treat.
It is. Yeah. Well, we appreciate everybody listening. Again, the podcast is growing. We got new listeners every week, and that's because you all are sharing it and talking about it. So we really appreciate it. We don't do any advertising. We don't do any promotion of this. This is just us talking about what we're doing. And
in the basement.
Yep. What we're doing in the backyard, and then when we go out and we see events and stuff like that, what other people are doing. So we appreciate you listening. We appreciate you sharing it with the people that that might be interested in barbecuing and grilling. And hopefully these stories are entertaining and at least you're learning something. We appreciate you all. And hopefully you guys are getting out to grill this summer.
Absolutely. Thanks, everyone. Take it easy.
Cheers.